mental health. Not only that, but like the public health happened was in a dire state. And I kind of wish this was addressed like right away, because like what Wayne had touched on, we could have helped so many families. We just help that one person. And that one person sister, their cousin sees them. They want so in a way you're these partnership, like what Tree was coexisting, working together, sharing. That's what it's all about, is we're working together. And what better way than the only point in Alberta. I think there's only 2 of those in Canada that have a family wellness center. Where was you? BC, I can't remember Lake Honestly, and I think even.
So will the models be similar to the one?
I believe there's similar model. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, yeah, sorry. That was the, I think that's.
Yeah. So I might be over. I enjoy it.
Anything else? Cindy, you look like you're keeping thoughts.
So I'm just wondering, so are
Next step would be to review the new information we have and await our planning experts report and make a decision.
I'm good with that.
Yep. Thank you for joining us. You're more than welcome to stay. We've got some exciting stuff coming up. Got our monthly statement, meeting reports.
Well, myself, again, thank you for being up. I really do appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and the time pandemic. No.
Mr. Chair, I will move that we accept that as information.
Thank you, Councilor McIntosh. All in favor? Motion is carried. Well, never walk out and one of his sermons.
We are being recorded.
Good.
So you don't want me to share this, is what you're saying.
Feel free to move up now.
Come on,
Go get sit at the back.
They
Yeah.
heard the power of listening to the talk. They
They're
don't want to.
like, just stay in that queue zone, man.
So moving on to new and unfinished business, the monthly statement.
Apparently we had some whoopses on it, sorry. The April one that was submitted didn't have the correct total for the term deposits on. And so what we've done is generated a new version with the correct numbers. Sorry. And then one for, so April 30th and May 31st.
Do we need to rescind our approval of the April one, or what would the process be?
I guess we can just accept the revised, or because the new April one is included, so to accept the revised April 30th statement.
And am I incorrect in saying it's a rather minimal change?
I believe so, yes.
I think, well, I will move that we accept the revised monthly statement for April 30th, 2022. It's a 3 months. Yeah.
All in favor? Carrie? Anybody feel like doing May?
I'll do May.
Thank you, Brian. All in favor? Carrie. Moving on to committee reports. Guess I'm up first. So on June 3rd, Deputy Mayor Gust and I had a breakfast meeting with the Musqueam Cree Tribal Council. It was a extremely valuable meeting, even though the chiefs were called away to an emergency meeting. So we met with Councillor Craig McIntosh and 3 of their staff.
Can I ask real quick,
You may.
were any of those people in attendance tonight?
No.
Okay, thank you.
No, unfortunately, they were not. But yeah, we had a really great discussion about a number of things. We were invited to a number of events, which happened to overlap with some busy days in both our calendars. And the one technician, Christina Aguilar Sanchez, suggested that we plan meetings going ahead, both at an administration to administration level and an elected official level. And which Brian and I wholeheartedly accepted and think it's a fantastic idea. And we all observed that if that process had started 10 years ago, this process probably would have been a lot easier. June 6th at a library meeting, we had to pass a new budget with more detail that was required for a grant application and did some updates to our policy manual. June 8th, I attended a planning meeting in Camrose hosted by the county. Had a good overview of planning. Land use bylaw, some MGA stuff. I'm sure other counselors that were there will add more. But it was a good meeting, good overview of what we did. And that was what I did on my summer vacation. Deputy Mayor Gust.
June the 3rd, as the mayor said, I attended the breakfast meeting. June the 8th, I was at the Urban Council Planning meeting. June the 10th, I was at the cemetery cleanup. June the 13th, I was at the PDSS regular meeting. And also the AGM meeting.
Sorry, June 3rd, 8th, 10th, and what was the one?
13th,
13th? And that was, sorry.
BDSS, regular and AGM. And they are looking for board members, if anybody so desires to have another meeting to go to. And also the food bank AGM was last night. And that is it.
Councillor Northey.
Well, I attended the library, with Rob, but I have had no other meetings since then. Considerably busy though. Lots of community, lots of challenges and mental health is a huge issue in Ontario right now. So it was my life.
Councillor Warren.
So, and if I may interrupt, my apologies, the library meeting, that was the Parkland one?
So I'm not on. I just
Oh, okay.
can't do it.
The same one. Okay, gotcha. June 6th.
June 9th, I attended a Bashaw Youth Foundation meeting. To date, there are 49 memberships that are currently active, and they are seeing on average 8 to 9 kids a day attend their after-school programming.
That's really picked up.
Absolutely, it's great. They're looking forward to a lot of summer programming to be put in place. And so more details will come out about that as it unfolds. Oh, yes, the Father's Day raffle was done as of yesterday. What's today? Today, yeah, yesterday. And that's all. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be riding around in the wheelbarrow.
It's a great fundraiser.
It was very well received. So I know that Councilor McIntosh here as an active member has a lot more ideas for fundraisers in the future. And other than that, we kind of talked about participation for hometown days at the end of August. And that's about it. It was.
Councilor McIntosh.
I attended the development information session with the mayor and deputy mayor and CAO on June the 8th. I've fielded by email a number of questions on development permits 1 and 3-2022. Both are direct controls, so been able to answer resident questions on process on both of those. And last night I had a meeting with a resident in the front yard of their property to discuss sewage and stormwater challenges that they are facing.
Excellent. Foreman Taylor seems to have left in a hurry.
I know that there's a resident that's battling basement sewage back up right now, so I think he's been there close to the day helping out with that. And I received a couple of tearful phone calls before council about it. So,
Well, we have his written report.
Yeah.
CAO Fuller.
The capital budget proceeding with the items and projects as approved. The Bashaw soccer storage shed, Public Works will be working with the group to arrange the suitable location. And the public auction terms and conditions of sale will be forwarded to our tax recovery contractor. And the communication policy and arena access policy are still outstanding. The flush truck meeting basically looking to book that and chat about at some point in time, the municipal development plan, the intermunicipal collaboration framework, and the strategic plan. Meetings, May 27th, I was out of the office. June 2nd, meeting with ATCO Gas.
I'm just gonna.
It was kind of entertaining.
I was having to walk into the office and got pulled into that meeting.
Well, I was a little surprised. I thought there was a big problem because 4 men showed up. So anyway, yeah, it
I
was.
walked in and I saw Teresa had closed our meeting with 4 men that obviously arrived in an output truck and thought, oh boy, and then the door opened and in I came and it was real good.
There were some entertaining stories about how they attempted to go have lunch at the bakery.
Yeah.
And there was no tables. But actually it was a delightful conversation. We basically updated them on everything that's going on in Bashaw, everything from our trout pond to all of our, social groups and the activities going on and stuff. And they just wanted to touch base and make sure that we were all good and, reconnect. Seemed like they were just anxious to get out of the office a bit too, so. June 3rd, I was out of the office, and then June 8th, I attended the development information session hosted by Cameron County, and then a regional mental health meeting by Zoom. And just kind of working on agenda preparation, waste disposal, bylaw research, human resources activities, staff training, development inquiries, follow-up staff interaction and ongoing communication, and walk-in and telephone inquiries, as well as dealing with some concerned sewer residents as well.
One of those things you want to work
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, when stuff doesn't go down.
Is somebody there to receive that as information?
I sure would love to receive all those reports as information.
Thank you, Councilor McIntosh, all in favor? Carried.
And I'm looking for my note.
Moving on to the correspondence, we have a letter from Whitecat. Town of Tollfield. Twice, yes. One from Municipal Affairs. And letter from M.T. Kirk. And bonus correspondence from the village of Benelda. And their much anticipated Canada Day parade. Being held this year on July 1st. In July.
Really weird they put their candidate parade there.
On Canada Day, yeah. Everybody's busy that day. Start time is 3:30 p.m. So they're looking for some participation from us. I'm unavailable. I'm already committed elsewhere that day.
That's Drumheller has probably the biggest Canada parade in Alberta, so that's where I will be.
Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
Actually, I would cut this down to volunteer. So you said you should. Let me get back to you on that one.
Kids would love to throw down. Or gently handed out.
It's actually a lot of fun. Just don't throw it too hard.
My kids have never actually attended a parade. They've only ever been in a parade. And so we had plans to take them to attend a parade, so.
We also got a letter from the village of Clive, this Saturday, June 18th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would be.
Yeah, that would be this Saturday,
I'm working.
Or what?
10:30 a.m.
Is it a parade?
Oh, yes, parade. The Clive Fun Fest parade. Sure to be fun. It's right there in the name.
Somebody wants to come work the greenhouse. No takers?
While we were discussing correspondence, I would like to go back to MP Kirk's letter. Here, I think the work that's being done by MC Stubbs, Kirk, and Gore actually echo the work that's being done by Senator Simons, who is an independent and both groups are seen to have a two-pronged approach to really see what the needs are of rural communities. And so I would like to have us accept the MP's invitation and address their letter by expressing or deliberating upon the three most important issues impacting our economic development. Just follow up if there's a way we can help them understand the rural communities. I think it would be worth our while. We've seen how effective the MP for us has been already in our term, and if he's asking for help, I think we should oblige.
I would like to attend. session or is that just combined information?
Well, the letter says they're seeking to convene a town hall with us, so I don't know what the format of that would be. Perhaps you could see clarity whether the three of them want to hop on a Zoom call just with us, or if it be on a date with similar municipalities. I'm not really clear in the letter what the intention is. But I just see it as them reaching out and a great opportunity for us to advance the concerns they may have.
Like the one where in the MGA we're required to have a bylaw officer bylaw, that's coming. As part of our municipal accountability review.
Well, I don't think the MP can help with the MGA, but yeah, I mean, he's talking about red tape duplications under federal correspondence. The other piece that I think is really interesting is certainly the rural broadband strategy, part of their respective portfolios. I would like to see them explore funding to offset internet costs in this area to promote development. of
Or even
fiber.
addressing something with the spectrum sale, you know what I mean? That one company has absconded all the spectrum.
Yeah.
And they
Just
can't
gonna
even,
raise that point, that they wouldn't have to invest anything, just force companies that buy the spectrum to use it or lose it.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And give them a tight time frame, like
A year, 2 years, not
I
25.
the year would be generous.
The fourth paragraph, do you think it insinuates they want to letter in three most important issues or call? Does it matter and should we choose one?
Well, they say above they want a town hall. I think if the MP wants to meet with us, I would rather just meet with
I
them.
don't see that. I'm not seeing it.
Third paragraph.
That, okay. Yeah, so I agree with you, Cal. It's always good to represent our community wherever we can.
Yep.
And these are a good place to start.
Maybe they could get delegation at a council meeting, run a roll of delegations. I mean, let's keep it going.
So, so do we need a motion for that?
What would you like the most?
Well, I'm just wondering if we should just make a motion to respond to MP Courage and suggest that we would be like to meet with them and maybe could offer some dates and then that'd be back from to talk about the important matters at hand for rural communities.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor? Carried. That's our correspondence. We have no closed meeting of council. Bringing us to our next meeting.
Do you want to accept the balance?
Oh, yes. Do we want to accept that?
I
That is
happy to accept the balance of the correspondence.
Thank you, Councillor McIntosh. All in favor? Carried again. Next meeting, July 4th.
Does that have potential to work even though it's after a long weekend?
Yep. Works for me anyway.
Okay.
That's the day I'm coming out. Thanks, Stu.
Thanks, Stu.
No, not really enough. Splash.
My rain jacker's in my car.
It's a good place for it.
I'll loan you mine to go get
I
it.
was gonna say, give me your keys, I'll go get it.
I'm fine with the 4th. However, I did want to be weary. Summer's off is still relatively a new phenomenon for me. It's been a while, but for a long time I worked on, my observation was that people tend to take very extended long weekends. On that July long weekend, they add a day on either side. And so obviously if we're all here, that's fine, but I don't know the participation we might have or want on the 4th. And so I'm querying if it might be more appropriate to book on the 5th, the Tuesday. But the 4th isn't a holiday for us. If the 4th is good for everyone, I'm fine with the 4th. I'm really unattached. But the was just an observation I had, is that typically people add a day out on a Thursday or a Monday of that July law.
Well, and typically, well, councils in the past would reduce to one council meeting a month for July and August, but that's not to say that if, you know, we can start going through some policies and
It's so easy to come to me, I prefer when. I prefer,
so just one.
I don't know about everybody else, to me it would be. Like, my summer is literally. I don't get it, so let's put it that way.
One meeting on the 11th then?
Sure, that works for me. I don't know if anybody else has a
Terry, does one meeting on the 11th work for Brian? He said you can come out and play.
So I take it that Brian's making the motion on that. Okay. July 11th.
All in favor?
Who made that motion?
I did.
I've only told him with all due respect. So, and
We
then,
want to wait till then to set an August meeting then?
okay. Alrighty.
That's my motion.
You're
Yeah, we
adjourned.
voted on another.
Oh, did we?
But
I'm anticipating you to say something now.
He's
it's a different
anticipating.
handout.
Oh, yeah, I do return.
There you go.
Oh, did Jackie beat me?
Jackie?
Yes.
Thank you, Councilor Northern. All in favor? Carrie? Serving you up there, man.
I was sleeping, my IT girl came here and I got lost.